In a world teetering on the brink of technological dominance and environmental precipices, Europe stands at a crossroads, seemingly choosing the path of industrial harakiri over strategic prowess. As the continent imposes sanctions on China with a high-minded zeal, it unwittingly tightens the noose around its own economic neck, blithely unaware or perhaps arrogantly indifferent to the impending industrial wipeout looming on its horizon. This isn't just a policy misstep. It's a full-blown march into oblivion. With Europe's vaunted industries the pride of centuries on the verge of being reduced to footnotes in the annals of history, the sanctions, a self-inflicted wound deeper than any external adversary could hope to inflict, reveal a startling lack of foresight and a bewildering disregard for economic self-preservation. As China's shadow lengthens over the global industrial landscape, Europe's response has been to light a candle rather than a beacon. A gesture as futile as it is symbolic of its dwindling industrial might. In this narrative, we'll peel back the layers of this complex issue, exposing the raw nerves and uncomfortable truths Europe must confront if it hopes to avert an industrial apocalypse. Brace yourself for a journey through the heart of Europe's existential crisis, and stay with us till the end if you dare. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. In an era where global industrial dynamics are rapidly shifting, Europe finds itself at a critical juncture. The continent, once revered for its industrial prowess and innovation, is now facing an unprecedented challenge that threatens to undermine its economic foundation and industrial heritage. This challenge does not stem solely from internal inefficiencies or a lack of innovation, but is significantly exacerbated by the geopolitical and economic ramifications of its sanctions on China. The discourse surrounding Europe's industrial future has been notably marked by the candid observations of Luca de Meo, the CEO of Renault, a stalwart in the European automotive industry. De Meo's comments shed light on the stark contrast between the strategic approaches of major global players. While the U.S. is bolstering its industrial sector with extensive subsidies and China is advancing its industrial strategy with unparalleled determination, Europe appears to be mired in a quagmire of regulatory constraints, characterized predominantly by deadlines and fines. Such a scenario not only highlights the strategic misalignments within Europe, but also underscores the urgency for a cohesive and strategic response to the burgeoning threat of cheap foreign imports, particularly in the electric vehicle (EV) sector. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. The pivot towards electric vehicles, envisioned as a cornerstone of Europe's transition to a greener economy, has not unfolded as anticipated. Instead of catalyzing a wave of investment and ushering in an era of sustainable industrial growth, the shift has exposed the fragility of European industries in the face of aggressive competition from Chinese manufacturers. The anticipated benefits of this transition, including the creation of well-paid green jobs and a significant reduction in carbon emissions, but seem increasingly elusive as Chinese firms gear up to flood the European market with affordable EVs. The situation is further complicated by the geopolitical landscape, with Brexit having nuanced implications for the UK and EU's collective industrial strategy against external threats. Despite the UK's departure from the EU, the shared challenges in maintaining industrial competitiveness underscore the necessity for collaborative efforts in safeguarding one of the continent's most vital industries. The response from the US, under President Biden's administration, has been to inject nearly $400 billion into the industry through tax credits and subsidies, a move that, despite its imperfections, is aimed at securing a foothold for American manufacturers in the global market. Conversely, China's strategic investments in EVs, coupled with its dominance over critical raw materials, position it as a formidable competitor, capable of undermining European manufacturing not only in quality but also in price. The pursuit of net zero, while noble in its intentions, is precipitating a crisis of deindustrialization in Europe. The automotive industry, a symbol of European industrial excellence, stands on the brink of obsolescence, overshadowed by the looming specter of cheaper, more efficient Chinese EVs. This predicament is not isolated to the automotive sector, but is a harbinger of a broader industrial decline, as evidenced by the recent Antwerp Declaration. By major European industries, this declaration is a clarion call for urgent action to mitigate regulatory burdens, lower energy costs, and bolster investment to preserve Europe's industrial base. The commitment to net zero, although commendable for its environmental ethos, is entangled with the complex realities of industrial competitiveness and economic viability. The inherent contradictions in imposing tariffs on Chinese imports, while simultaneously committing to the phased elimination of petrol vehicles, illustrate the policy dissonance that hampers effective response mechanisms. Europe's legal and regulatory frameworks, designed to foster a transition to alternative energies, inadvertently stifle the continent's capacity to compete on equal footing, leading to an industrial landscape where economic success is often sacrificed at the altar of environmental goals. The narrative of Europe's industrial challenge is a reflection of broader global shifts, where economic strategies, environmental policies, and geopolitical considerations converge. As Europe navigates this intricate terrain, the imperative for a strategic recalibration is clear. The continent must chart a course that not only addresses the immediate threats to its industrial sectors, but also aligns with long-term objectives of sustainability and competitiveness. This entails a comprehensive reassessment of industrial policies, a nuanced approach to environmental regulation, and a collaborative effort to safeguard the future of European industry. Without such a reset, the vision of a thriving, sustainable European industrial sector may well become a relic of the past, a cautionary tale of opportunities lost and potentials unrealized. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. The predicament Europe finds itself in isn't isolated to the automotive sector alone. The same pattern of industrial vulnerability is emerging across multiple facets of the continent's economy, notably within the technology and renewable energy sectors. Europe's stance on sanctions and its rigorous adherence to environmental policies, while noble in intent, have inadvertently placed it at a strategic disadvantage on the global stage. Europe's technological industries, particularly those dependent on semiconductor manufacturing, are feeling the strain. Companies like TSMC and ASML, leaders in their fields, represent the pinnacle of what's at stake. The EU's dependency on Asian semiconductor supply chains has been starkly highlighted by recent global shortages, underscoring the continent's lack of autonomy in critical technology sectors. While the US and China aggressively invest in their semiconductor capabilities, Europe's response has been tepid, constrained by a combination of regulatory hurdles and a lack of cohesive strategy. Similarly, in the realm of renewable energy, Europe's ambitions for a green transition are being outpaced by international competitors. Chinese manufacturers dominate the solar panel market, benefiting from substantial state support and less stringent regulatory environments. Europe's commitment to net zero, while laudable, has not been matched with a viable plan to maintain industrial competitiveness. The result is a growing reliance on imports for essential components in the green economy, from solar panels to electric vehicle batteries, leaving Europe vulnerable to supply chain disruptions and foreign market dominance. The situation is further exacerbated by the EU's energy policies, which, despite aiming to reduce carbon emissions, have led to soaring energy costs for businesses and consumers alike. In contrast, nations like China and the US have managed to strike a balance between environmental goals and economic pragmatism, leveraging their energy resources to keep prices competitive while still investing in renewable technologies. The stark reality is that Europe's current trajectory could lead to a significant erosion of its industrial base, not just in the automotive sector but across the entire economy. The continent's global rivals are not only competing on price and quality but are also strategically positioning themselves to lead the next wave of industrial innovation, from green technologies to digital infrastructure. To reverse this trend, the EU and its member states must reassess their approach. This includes reevaluating sanctions and their long-term economic impacts, recalibrating environmental policies to ensure they foster rather than hinder competitiveness, and investing aggressively in strategic industries, Europe must also work to strengthen its energy security, reducing reliance on external sources and investing in a diverse mix of renewable and traditional energy supplies to ensure competitive prices. Moreover, Europe needs to foster a more favorable environment for innovation and manufacturing. This involves streamlining regulations, providing financial incentives for research and development, and creating a robust framework for protecting intellectual property. Only through a concerted effort to bolster its industrial and technological sectors can Europe hope to maintain its economic sovereignty and competitive edge on the global stage. As the situation stands, Europe is at a crossroads. The decisions made in the coming years will determine whether the continent can reclaim its position as a global industrial leader, or if it will become increasingly dependent on foreign powers for its economic and technological needs. The challenge is monumental, but with a strategic pivot, Europe can navigate its way out of this predicament. The first step is acknowledging the urgency of the situation and the need for a radical shift in policy and mindset. Only then can Europe begin to rebuild its industrial landscape, ensuring its prosperity and security for generations to come. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.